Welcome to this Pride of Dakota feature. If you're a farmer or work in agriculture, you already know the enormous investment you need in equipment. You're also aware of how easily mice and rodents can render that expensive equipment useless by chewing on wires and internal components. In this feature, we'll talk to Dan Johnson of Earthkind about a unique and original solution that can get rid of rodents while keeping your equipment up and running. Earthkind was founded in 1995 by Kerry Block and has created the very first EPA-approved rodent repellent that is all natural, using no poisons. Joining us in the studio is Dan Johnson from Earthkind. Dan, welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
Dan, I understand you have some experience with rodents, especially on the farm.
Absolutely. I farmed with my father for quite a few years, up until about 5 years ago, and we always had rodent problems everywhere.
Right.
When you're dealing with grains, there's a continuous food source. It never completely disappears, especially in your equipment, say combines. So we were under the old wives' tale that dryer sheets would keep them out in the wintertime.
Dryer sheets?
Yeah, dryer sheets. Supposedly the smell overwhelmed their noses. Well, we figured out without fail, every time we used dryer sheets, the next time we'd go to pull that equipment out the next summer, there would be chewed up wire harnesses, headliners, seat cushions, and the stench would just be overwhelming. So they got in and they didn't care. The dryer sheets did not do the trick. And without fail, I'd get 200 yards down the field and have a mouse drop out of the headliner and be running all over me in a panic to try to get out. And you don't have time to swat at a mouse when you're looking at 24 feet ahead and got to pay attention to what you're doing.
Unbelievable. And I suppose that, once the dryer sheets lose their scent, now you're even providing bedding for them, with these soft sheets that they can chew up and turn into their nest or whatever.
Yep, we saw that quite often. Not only would they tear up the seat cushions and the headliners, but they would actually use the dryer sheets as their nesting material.
Unbelievable. And I it makes sense when you say that it's almost impossible to clean out the entire food source out of a combine, because you're not going to make it spotless, and it probably doesn't take much for them to develop a pretty good food source for the winter.
Exactly. Along with the nesting material that they find to be so chewable, they can get into your wire harnesses.
Yeah.
One mouse can do an immense amount of damage in just a few minutes, and there's your $300,000 machine down for repairs when you should be out in the field.
Absolutely catastrophic for a farmer, especially if, with weather and sometimes timing is everything, and now all of a sudden you're down for the count.
Right. It's just it's one problem that can be basically eliminated. One of the variables, because there's so many of them in farming. Like you said, you're at the mercy of Mother Nature.
Right.
And if you can get rid of one potential problem, we've got a great way to do it.
Excellent. So let's talk about Fresh Cab. What makes Fresh Cab different than just, say, poisons or other dryer sheets?
Well, the fact that it is all natural. It's not a poison. It doesn't even kill the mice. It just overwhelms their noses. Well, so would, say, mothballs, but that overwhelms our noses too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fresh Cab smells like a Christmas tree. It's balsam fir oil, and that's what evaporates, creating a pleasant aroma. I use it for an air freshener in my car.
Yep.
And I've never had a mouse in my car.
I have used it in both my vehicles and in my shed, and it does last much longer than a dryer sheet. It lasts for months.
Absolutely. We recommend replacing them at about 90 days for preventative use.
Perfect. So if someone wants more information about Fresh Cab where they can pick it up, what's the best way to do that?
Well, you can call us toll-free 800-583-2921. We're in the office between 8 and 4:30 Central Time every day. You can go to our website, earth-kind.com. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/freshcab, and you'll find us on Twitter, too, at freshcab. You can find it in several stores, Menards, Tractor Supply, Ace Stores, True Value, Do It Best. And on our website, there's a retailer finder. You can punch in your zip code and find a store in your neighborhood that sells it. And if there is no store in your neighborhood that sells it, give us a call. We can ship it out direct, or we could maybe hook up with a retailer in your area and put it on the shelves.
That's a great idea. I know you guys are very easy to work with. In fact, I used your retailer locator not too long ago. We had a mouse in our car and was looking for the nearest place and realized that there was one about 2 blocks away from my house. So check out Fresh Cab by Earthkind. Dan, thank you so much for stopping in and visiting with us.
All right. Thanks for having me.
For more information on this Pride of Dakota featured member, Or to find other feature podcast episodes, visit our website at prideofdakota.com or join the conversation at facebook.com/prideofdakota.